nti we dey me sure say ade a betumi aboa ye nyina. Management calls for stronger coordination, lane enforcement. Nti no basis ni dey na Daily Graphic ade ni phone ade aba. I believe it will be enough for the various locations sanyama nyina no. Court of Appeal orders IGP to promote 40 chief inspectors. Court. Na aden IGP upon promotion na why nyina yabo abasiri nyina no. Sana yo we the court order into 40 chief inspectors here mumbo monia mekai we anything so mbe kaya T4 so mbe kaya Asantehini VCT IGP no or catch any say onu kwa de onim de ntia emere bia ye beto ababi bia after every new administration bia no you see the lobbying going on at the police service. So bia per promotion ni nyina no leads to political affiliation. That is so much disappointing. Okanajin ho na IGP so no after that we had some promotion, but we say court order. I say 40 chief inspectors say yemomodia na yem promote. You can have the full details of that story on page 16 of the Daily Graphic. Daily Guide. And now you could see, yes, the 5 giant of the opposition New Patriotic Party MPP flag bearer race candidate sign peace agreement. Mama Nkonenkoti General Secretary. Yes, Justin Kudia, General Secretary of the opposition New Patriotic Party. The onka friends saying in Shemina about the election itself and what is going to really happen for. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm saying, oh God. Okay, so let's listen to the General Secretary of the opposition New Patriotic Party. Yes, into way any Daily Guide, the Daily Guide, can was MPP flag bearer race candidate sign peace agreement. You no as you know, General Secretary Odi Eddie Tuja about the election and its outcome and what they are expecting to what they expect to see. What's inshallah that will take care of whatever is going to transpire with regards to the elections. Now
that's what we have said. The committee has so far worked with you to the extent that none of you has an issue with the work we have done. We are handing over the rest of the election to 2 national institutions which we each have confidence in. However, if there is evidence at any polling station that anything was done or tolerated that affects the integrity of the election at that polling station, we will take steps to annul the results from that station. That assurance, on behalf of the committee, I want to give it to you.
Oh, I'm saying, unfortunately, we ain't Justin Kudia. We are the chairman of the committee. So when him say Joy. Formerly, he's part of the Mpinyu for more parliaments. Yes, Joy Osu, not or Kansa Semi or the Tuja. So for elections are ever within the NPP. A friend is saying. Peace not accidental afenyo marking. Peace not accidental. We are afenyo marking and a casa semi and answer me who pa shiminase elkoba just to make sure say everything goes well. He is the minority leader in Ghana's parliament. Honorable Alexander Afenyo Marking. Mustafa Hamid drops fight against OSP charges. Mustafa Hamid, someone him know. Dr. Alhaji Sheikh. Mustafa Hamid. You see, we're dropping all the charges against the OSP. I believe Ofori Atta will return. We Gabi Ochiri Dako story there. I think it was almost 3 or 4 days ago, but this is the time. The Daily Guide find it necessary to bring it in its newspaper. Yes, Honorable Alhaji Gomda, I salute you, sir. Daily Guide editor. Story, you can find it on page 6 about Ken Ofori Atta and Anope. The Ghanaian publishers was the NGO back salary freeze for absentee doctors. Munshani you the doctors here sacrificial work on me. So my baby kwadia, baby amuko idea. Bet me hajun crowd, bet me hajun because we are not getting the appropriate the adequate numbers of the doctors and the nurses. Some call this side India. But anyway, this is a call by an NGO saying that doctors are shada emrebiano on say on my excuses. If Juma is Emma or my Ghana no. Esembo modiana yempe kwa bia yebefaso na yatimi achoma so. Ena ono ka say banasadi and the market ya no there. Say ye freezing. Into the Ghanaian publisher or say MPP is bigger than any aspirant. We Akufo-Addo, the former captain of our country, former president Nana Akufo-Addo. And Nana minhu ho ewe shimina say. So you can see all the aspirants, very nice looking gentlemen, and they're smiling. I hope this smiling will reflect in what is coming up in their friends saying in their elections. Afenyomakin wants MPP unite or lose 2028. We have very good advice. Minority leader. Some become who abom dia and the betimama manya honding matimia the SME and a minsatimia de mushino. But man come one boom dia and they forget 2028 elections. The Daily Gist newspaper also say hey, Professor Fripon Boating, someone himself in Sesame, and young it's not going soon. Yes, we the short captioner, Daily Gist so Adiama, the professor, or academician or politician bill. Stay away. IGP wants MPP macho men. Stay away from the upcoming elections. We very good advice. Momenti e mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The oka ewo divorce. So baby alko and shema sire muma enko na enko tie the oka about what Africans we must do and that we are doing right.
But capture almost none of its value. This isn't sovereignty, it is a trap. And it's getting worse. In my quiet moments, as I try to find solutions, here's what I've learned. Crisis creates clarity. The clarity is this, that we must build our own capacity to act. There's precedent for what I'm proposing. 20 years ago, UN Secretary General Kofi Annan and several courageous world leaders, including President Obasanjo here, made a simple, powerful case. HIV/AIDS was ravaging millions in Africa and a global response was required. This courage created the architecture of the Global Fund, which saved millions of lives in Africa and across the world. That fight succeeded because leaders decided to act together with urgency and without excuse.
We my opinion, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, far away from Ghana, but that's the message is given to all African leaders. If I share, I say, Omodi to Omakwem to be able to achieve success in leading their own people. And we actually know His Excellency Esa to Pennyfono for say Omoshe na investing in the youth is skillful and they're the way to go because friend saying book knowledge na do na MY because in first degree na adia question that even it's not even needed in the country. The moment now also kasa about the partnership with Indonesia and some of the Asian about lithium and the rest. So moment na yeba na esatwa the newspaper headlines and so.
I'm also pleased to announce a policy exchange with Indonesia on critical minerals processing, focusing on lithium, phosphates, and nickel, as well as policy exchanges with South Korea and Singapore on digital public infrastructure, including sovereign approaches to AI deployment. These are not academic exercises, they are instruments of agency. In 2025, the Accra Research was launched politically at the UN General Assembly, and at the G20 in Johannesburg, we established an interim secretariat. Today in Davos, we have unveiled a pragmatic strategy anchored firmly, but skills that match real jobs in the real economy. Digital skills, green energy skills, manufacturing skills. We need a generation of young Africans who can build and not just consume. Second, we must build together. No African country can industrialize alone by itself. We must create regional prosperity platforms, manufacturing zones, energy grids, and digital infrastructure that gives our businesses skill and our workers opportunity. Third, we must negotiate as one. When we bargain separately, we're weak. When we negotiate together on minerals, trade, and climate finance, we can be be formidable. Unity should not be just a slogan, it must be our strategy. Fourth, we must produce at home, from vaccines to semiconductors to solar panels. If we don't make it, we'll always be dependent on someone who does. Industrial policy isn't old-fashioned, it is what will make us... FM.
John Dramani Mahama, yes. You did say, sir, speech here, very, very strong one. We quite idea. Say repeating the bia na yensa entimi enkaya who say we have to take a bold step. Like you say, you should also not always be having a begging mentality. The Daily newspaper and I'll say Mahama bloated government exposed. The full story can find it on page 2 of the Daily newspaper. Baba Jama declares for Nima by election. So we say on Ghana's envoy to Nigeria. Also, and he was the one who really contested the former MP McNaza. Until we did, or say they say Mbomodi and Famano, but near so and our own Dara Daru, sorry, Abdusalam Daru. All of them are part of the aspirants. That on the side of the MDC and the MPP, so I think they have about 2 candidates also on the file. And now, Kwanami cutting Afiku Okase, there be this time round. They will try and close the gap. She didn't say they are going to win, but she said they will close the gap. So we say, oh, the NDC friends saying space. It will be very difficult for them to really grab it, especially within this time. In terms of Ayawaso East, Akufo-Addo leads Commonwealth team to Bangladesh post. Bangladesh home by 2 about. Hey, the Daily Statesman will say party supremacy over personal ambitions. His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, and also a friend is saying all the various aspirants are on Akunya say on person lead the MPP. So who say the party is supreme than any personal ambition. Akufo-Addo urges MPP flag bearer hopeful. CJ cautions judges against judicial power abuse. The Chief Justice, yes, the Chief Justice. This advice, okay, I can find it here. All right, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, yes, on this abuse in Sensemia or the 2J. Yanko.
You must be guided by 3 enduring pillars: integrity, competence, and independence. Integrity must define both your public conduct and private lives. You must be beyond reproach. Avoid situations that compromise your impartiality or create perceptions of impropriety. Remember that public trust in the judiciary is fragile. It is built over time, but can be lost. So I encourage you to embrace these technologies fully, not as burdens, but as enablers of your work. When effectively utilized, ICT reduces delays, enhances record management, improves case monitoring, and ultimately strengthens public confidence in the judiciary.
Yeah, we Ghana's Chief Justice. Yes, Justice Paul Bafoboni. Yes, on the auto here, you have to be mindful. Yes, when you are sitting on the chair, you have to be fair, balanced, and then ensures that freedom and justice in there. Randy Abe's 20 million Ghana cedi defamation against suit against Abronye dismissed. Hey, Abronye. I hope someone can find him from about. Randy Abe. You see, it has been dismissed. Upper East Healthcare at risk as doctors shun postings. Hey. The Source newspaper, Randy Abe, okay, the same thing. NDC appointee living large in Dubai, buys house. Hey. I hope so. We are near within this 1 year. Yana, Nipana acquired this building. Okay, the Source newspaper, but I hope it is really a true story. Until we can get the full detail of the story in the newspaper. The MPP Prime Minister Baumia others commit to peace. MPP is bigger than Akufo-Addo tells aspirant. SkyTrain case, court overrules Attorney General's objection. The Daily Searchlight, no secret elections, everything is open. Professor Okwe, yes, former Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, former Member of Parliament for Ga East. Yes. Show through patriotism beyond beyond January 31st. We Justin Kodua urges presidential aspirant. Our world is changing. President Mahama in Davos. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Akufo-Addo wants NPP aspirant. Yes. And then the major story here is about court ruling in UK. Hey, asamo na kwa we obetimi akofisa sike de nyiska kitwa. Cheddar. Yes, 14.9 million US dollars UK debts. Yes. Okay. On there. Ghanaian Times, see President Mahama calls for African unity to spark renaissance. 58% of Ghanaians optimistic about country's direction. IEA survey. Enra Edibremo. Ghana attracts 152.1 million US dollar FDI in 2025. We GIPC. NPP 5 MPP presidential aspirants signed pact to accept the result. The Observer newspaper, so see you then. Let me see. Is there any story? Okay. A Krapim Ujura festival marks 200 years to Fuhini of others to highlight significance. Hey, really in there. You have to go and celebrate with them. Volta Student Association honors Opon Fusu for exemplary leadership. Ejumawara program on course to empower youth-owned businesses. We are NEIP CEO. Yes. Executive Officer, Mr. Eric Eji, Esquire. The Enquirer, that will be the last story we'll be looking at. Mr. James I crowd, we're looking at this story, then we end it for the newspapers. Dangerous fishing in Afram Plain hooks endanger human heads of fish. 6 reminded over 7.5 million Adabraka gold refinery. Sankrofono mko Sikawi na omukuntakwano. Police for atamomo. Retraction and apology. Tokono's removal is questionable. Justin Nene Amegache. Where are you? All right. Police reject $20,000 cocaine bribe. Arrest suspect transporting substance worth 1.032 million Ghana city in Nigeria. In Nigeria registered car. I believe it's a Nigerian because after that I was sharing the Ghana French Sanyamai. Yes. So it's from Sahanadi newspaper headlines, Yedi Besi. But answer na woman koti Sam George about Ghana Post. The okay about Ghana card. The Omutimi release. And then how they train to create a system so that all of our data, our biodata will be at one place. You remember the previous administration, the Omuye, where the Minister of Communication, Honorable Madam Osler, and then the only professor, Banta on that issue. But this time around, Sam George, yes, Minister of Communication, or CDB. All this would be resolved soon. Muma Ntidi okay about Ghana Post, and then our Ghana cards. Honorable Sam Noti.
Ghana Post, one of the big things that we are excited about is that we partnered with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and dealt extensively with the issues of passports and Goro boys. Thankfully, in just under 6 months, Ghana Post was able to deliver over 100,000 biometric passports to their recipients for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Passport Office. And now the complaints of people saying that they had applied for passports, they weren't getting it, is a thing of the past. Simple synergy between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and our Ministry of the Passport Office, and the to do a transition of the .gh root server, which has been sitting since about 1996 in a private person's custody. He's done great work for this country. He's the father of the internet, Professor Nina Kukwenu, and we celebrate the work he's done. However, it cannot continue to sit with a private individual. The state must own it.
Baraka FM.
Dear parents, dear students, are you a